Good evening, everyone. We are live tonight with the legendary Brandon Gulley. The legendary Brandon Gulley. How you doing tonight, Denise?
I am well, man. I got nothing but good vibes tonight, so I'm excited.
Awesome, awesome. How about you, Raj?
I'm a caveat off Deneen. I feel good tonight. And when we get off the show, I get to watch my team play because I'm all over that WNBA. You know.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
uh
right.
and you
That's
saw the
right.
draft. Did y'all see the draft, the NBA draft? They're
Yep.
saying this is the best draft class since Kobe and Allen Iverson. Man, they
Have
got
you
some
seen
guys.
Have you seen those guys play?
Woo.
Eh,
Yeah, I watched some of them. You
Me
see the
too.
guy that came from Maryland? Oh my God, that I
Yeah,
said, when boy, Maryland overall didn't do well, but that boy, woo,
yeah, yeah.
So get rid of LeBron and all them old guys, let
Let
new
them go.
guys come.
That's right. That's right.
That one
That's
young boy. I don't be honest with you, it was like when Kobe and AI was in there. They couldn't pick a rookie of the year. I think they were co-rookies. It's gonna be hard for them to pick a rookie of the year. It really is.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
excited for the season. I mean, we haven't even had football season yet, but we still, I'm always on basketball too, so
yeah.
it's gonna be
Well, you
good.
know
Because
what? You know what? You guys can join my sports talk show on Fridays and talk sports all you want, but we got a show to do tonight, man. We got the legendary Brandon waiting for us. But before we start the show, we gotta do a little advertisement. Go ahead, the name.
So, you guys, we want everybody to come and join us on the Bermuda Birthday Cruise. The Legends, this is the first of the Legends Cruise. It is August the 17th, I'm sorry, August the 7th through the 17th.
8th through the 15th.
I'm sorry. August the 8th through the 15th. And so it's a 7-day cruise going to Bermuda. Come and join us. You won't be mad. You're gonna be glad you did. It's gonna be a lot going on that cruise. So come and join us.
Awesome, awesome. And we have to make mention of our sponsors, man. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Mr. and Mrs. JT Jones, the owner of J&J Realty Investment Group, LLC in Douglasville, Georgia. We'd like to thank Mr. Carol Henson, the president and CEO of Image Power Incorporated, and Mr. Ivy Stokes, the CEO and co-founder of MyEcon Incorporated. Thank you to our sponsors, and we are definitely moving to another level. Now, we got a legend in the house. Y'all, you guys ready to bring them on?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Who you talking about? Deneen? We already had her in the house.
Oh, that's right. That's true. We did, man. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think his name is Brandon Gulley, man.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna bring him on, man. Is that okay?
Let's
Coming
do
to the
it.
stage,
Let's do it.
coming to the stage, none other than the legendary Brandon Gulley. Brandon,
How you guys doing? Good evening.
man, welcome to the show, my brother. Welcome to the show. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, enjoying the summer, getting ready for the greatest sport that God created, that with that pig skin.
Ah,
Man, all right,
Yeah,
now, all right. You know
see,
what?
that's why we put him on the show.
That's
Both of them played football at Annapolis. Both of them was all stars. Here we go.
That's
Tonight
right.
gonna be all about football.
well, Brandon, it's your second time around, man. Welcome back. But you got a lot of stuff to talk about with what you got going on. But before then, a lot of people don't know anything about you. It's the first time. So tell everybody who you are and where you're from. Where were you born and raised?
All right. So Brandon Gulley, born and raised in Annapolis, Maryland. Went through the Annapolis public school system with started off at Germantown, Bates Middle School, then Annapolis High School. 3-year varsity play at Annapolis High School. The cool thing about me was I have a brother that's 4 years older than me. So I've watched every Annapolis High School varsity game. I either watched or played in every Annapolis High School varsity game from 1994 to 2000. So
right?
I was able to see the tradition of Annapolis High School and what it means to the community and how much of an impact it played on my brother and his friends and me coming to high school and seeing the change and turnover. But from there, I tell people I was academically not I was academically immature. So I had to go to a junior college in Franklin, Massachusetts, where I received my associate's degree in sports management. Um, I led the team in tackles, defensive MVP, and received a scholarship to Morgan State University to play football. Um, from there, they changed my position from linebacker to defensive end, and that's when I kind of knew, like, hey, this is my first business decision. Uh, I didn't. I had aspirations to play in a professional football league, but from there, also knew, like, okay, let me make this business decision and just go ahead and get my education. And I was able to graduate from there with a bachelor's in sociology. And from there, went along, came back to Annapolis High School, worked there as a student advocate. Starting off, worked as a student advocate for 2 years. I began coaching in the fall of 2008 under Brian Brown and Coach Vess Parker, the greatest linebacker at Annapolis High School.
Thanks.
I was able to learn from him, and he had a saying, and I think it stays true. I'm currently in education, but he always said that in order to be a good coach, you got to be able to coach the bad ones too. So the ones who may cause a little trouble in school, that you got to speak to a little bit more, get a little bit more attention to. Those are the ones that you really got to focus on, and not just throw away and say, hey, this kid is not good for the program, get rid of him. So he really instilled making sure I built a relationship with some of those student athletes who we had to focus on a little bit more.
That's
But
awesome.
from there, continue. I'm currently still in the school system. This just finished year 19. I'm currently the dean of students at Monarch Academy Annapolis. But through that process, I got my master's from Goucher University in special education and secondary education in spring of 2019. And 2019, that's when Imagine Athlete came. And the vice president, Terrence Brownlee, graduated from college in 2016, 2017. He called me, Coach, I need a job. I helped him get a job in the school system. And we just sitting at a round table. And I just started asking him about his teammates. Like, hey, what is this person doing? What is that person doing? And I just felt like we could be doing a little bit more to support as student athletes holistically. And from there, we started off with a 7-on-7 tournament, and COVID started. The mental health aspect became highlighted by the world, and someone who was affected with mental health. Mom passed at a young age. My dad passed 2015. So we kind of understood how important it is to being able to manage your emotions as student athletes, and using that to as fuel on the field, but also to keep you going off the field and in life, and keep on pushing, because I believe student athletes are some of the most disciplined and dedicated people, selfless people. We're team players. Most of us are team players, but that's kind of where we wanted to head and start Imagine an Athlete, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since. We've supported over 1,000 students in 3 different states, various events, athletic combines where we had college coaches to come and actively recruit guys, skill development camps. One of the things when you go to college, you got guys from everywhere, and specifically from Annapolis, we don't leave. So I think it was important for us to get those athletes around other kids in the state and compete.
So we're gonna dive deep into that, man. Okay. Now, before I pass it to Deneen, I'm gonna stir the pot a little bit. Okay. Were you better than your brother? Or was he better than you?
Oh Lord.
Huh?
I knew he's gonna say that.
Who was the best?
I was better than him.
He's on, right? He's watching.
I have a statistic. I made first team all county at 3 positions in 2 years.
At 3 positions.
Well, here's the thing. To defend your brother, he paved the way for you.
He did.
You were able to learn from all his mistakes, and you were able to be pushed by him. So you're supposed to be better than him because of him.
But watch this, Denise. Watch this. What position did you play?
Linebacker and left guard, the same position he played, and I wore the same jersey number.
But you learned from Vess Parker at linebacker. That's what you learned from, didn't you?
He said
Yes, sir.
That's right. Now, Denise, before I give it to you, what does this right here mean to you, Brandon?
Wow. I'm not someone who necessarily likes attention, but to be recognized for something that we do from the bottom of our hearts. We are servants. We serve our community. We don't do it for the hand claps. We don't do it for the pats on the back. We genuinely are invested on the future of our student athletes. So to be recognized as one of 100 of many other wonderful people and people who I've looked up to as well, just to see those gentlemen in a space, it was truly humbling, but it also lets me know that I had to keep on going so I can pass the torch to the next young man and young woman who's looking to support their community.
That's awesome, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. What do you need?
Well, I mean, I feel honored. I'm surrounded by 3 men of distinction. I love it. Thank you, guys. What? Go ahead, Roger, Armand, and Brandon. So, I mean, kudos to you guys. I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, every effort, every thought, every handout, every hand really does make a difference. So keep doing what y'all doing. So the question I have for you today is, Brandon, is what did football teach you about discipline, leadership, and accountability?
Question.
Discipline, it taught me that I can carry it off the field. Being able to focus on a particular task, being able to execute is very important. Being a team game, my job was as just as important as the next man. So the discipline aspect and it played a major part. We had a coach that I think did a very good job in instilling discipline in the program. And what was the other two? Discipline and what else?
What is that? And what does discipline look like? I mean, what is that? Is it were they micromanagers? Were they teachers? I mean, what was that?
They were
Tough.
I can say they were tough, and they got us prepared to play.
Right.
Practice was very, very tough to the point where we did a football camp at Salisbury University. It was a team camp, and we didn't have coaches. It was all players. And we actually won the camp, but it was because the discipline of the practice and the structure every certain day of the week. That was an offensive day. We knew it. We knew where to go. We know what it looked like. And to this day, I think anybody from Annapolis High School that went to Annapolis High School and played up until about 2003 or 4, you could hear a play and you could tell, you could run it with your eyes closed because of that discipline.
Did you guys, were you one of those? I mean, because a lot of times when you have coaches like that are tough, you can't stand them and you don't like them. But did you guys adore your coaches, or did you just respect them and did what they asked you to do? How did you feel about the coaches at that time?
At that time, we really respected them and we did what they asked us to do. But I think we had a real brotherhood amongst the players. I think we would have still record-wise. I think if we had any other coach, because we were so close of a tight-knit of a group, a lot of us either played youth ball together and may have known about one another, but it was understood once you step on that field, once you sign up in August and you go to that tour day, those are your brothers, and bonding with them, and we play for one another more than we play for the coach. We didn't want to let each other down more than letting the head coach down or the coaching staff.
That was nice. Do you feel like was that coaching is what led you to go into leadership positions in football?
Yes. And it was because of becoming a coach and kind of repeating some of the same things that my coaches did, and later realizing that we needed a little bit more. Now, I wasn't sure what that looked like, so we had to start somewhere. So seeing what we have accomplished, because I've always thought that the kids that I coach, I'm like, wow, these kids are just as talented as me. Why are they not, going to college or going to trade school or going to the military? So it was kind of like, okay, well, what exposure do these young men have? So that's where we kind of got into making sure we bring it to them in a holistic manner.
Okay. I'm gonna go move on to Roger and let him take the next.
Oh, okay. I was listening to what y'all was saying. My bad.
You're supposed to be.
But Brandon, how was it coaching with Brian Brown? That's my cousin. And Thomas Parker is my cousin as well. So how was it with Brian? Let's go with Brian first. I already know how this is, but
Coach Brown was a very as far as his coaches, he definitely had a lot of respect for me, because I believe when I was in high school, he was at Southern High School.
Trader, I'm gonna call him tonight, cuss him out.
but Coach Brown, he allowed us to coach. He let me, well, honored me, him and Coach Parker, like, hey, I thought I was gonna just come on the coaching staff and be a linebacker coach and offensive line, the things that I played. And they were like, no, you're gonna call the defense. And I was like, okay, I've never called the defense before, but I had to go back and actually learn and watch and have conversations and physically see what coaching looks like. Because one thing I can say, just because you play the sport, that does not mean you can coach the sport. Playing and coaching are two separately, totally different things. And what I learned was I had to become a teacher. And that was something that I was shy about, because at the time I was uncomfortable speaking in front of people. I was uncomfortable explaining things in front of people, but through coaching and those kids, they made it fun. And it also, trial and error. They threw me in the fire. I'm like, hey, here are the plays, here are the calls. This is what you had to teach. And I had some good coaches to really speak to daily, to give me ideas and tips. And, they were kind of like, hey, this is what I want you to do. But you had the flexibility to do things your way. So Coach Brown definitely gave us the flexibility, gave me the flexibility and the trust, because of, I think, that the character that I had as a player and a person.
Awesome. Now, how was that with Vest? Because we know Vest was a different kind of person.
Coach Vest would coach those linebackers, and I wanted to suit up for him. That's how powerful he was as a coach and a leader of young men. He was a lot of people's favorites. Coach Vest was only a defensive coach, but the offensive side of the coaches really had a lot of love and Coach Vest too. And because he was a linebacker, and that's the position that I played, I was honored to be in his presence, because I've heard of him as a kid, and they said the name, and I never knew who it was until we started coaching together, and he would tell me the stories. And it's always cool to hear the stories about the teams that we were currently playing against, how he fared against those teams. And then I was able to share how I fared, me and my guys, we fared against those teams. But Coach Vest, he definitely made sure that although you got to coach the good ones, you got to coach the bad ones as well. And that's the definition of a coach.
Okay, so now I'm going to stir the pot a little bit, and then I'm going to pass it over to Armin. Now, Armin and those guys, Orlando Mako, Lodi, Armin, Carlos Simley, Maurice Colbert, all these guys, all state, all county. Could your team beat their team? Armin, see how I jumped out of that, Deneen? Yes.
Well, I'll say this. I can only give statistics. My senior year, we lost in the state championship.
Brandon, you stuttering a little bit.
We lost in the state championship, but we averaged 40 points a game and 330 yards on the ground. And we had the player of the year, offensive player of the year, and defensive player of the year on the team.
Okay,
well,
because I'm petty. I'm petty, Deneen. Armin, you gonna just let them say that?
Hey, look, they were scoring how much?
40 points a game.
And we were giving up 6 points a game. So I mean, come on now.
So that sound like we would have won 35-6.
No. I said we were giving up
only 6.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna forget you said that because I'm getting ready to step some house rules on you. Hey,
mute him.
Brandon sounds like a coach, doesn't he? He sounds like he should still be coaching. Brandon,
sound like to me they could have kicked your butt. That what it sound like to me.
Brandon, how come you're not coaching, man? You have a lot going on upstairs, right? That you can share, but you chose not to coach, and you're doing other things. Right? What would it take to get you back on the sideline?
Well, I'll say this: I coached girls flag football last fall with my best friend Keon McKell at Corcoran Middle School, and I will be coaching again this fall, but this will be my last year coaching. I believe as a managing athlete, although it started off as an idea of just helping the Annapolis youth, but the further and further I have conversations and the more events and the more things that we do, I'm seeing that, this is a worldwide thing. So my goal is to become a global enterprise. And with that being said, I really have to dedicate my time to making sure that happens. And I rather support a program holistically than just being able to coach the X's and O's.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
you have a major event coming up, right?
Yes.
So what is that all about?
So a couple years ago, I was able to go to the Baltimore County High School Football Media Day. And it was a great event. It gave an opportunity for the student athletes and the coaches to come out, speak about their seasons, the perspective on, where they want to go, wins and losses as far as a program, and just give an opportunity for players and coaches to talk about what they're doing. And directly afterwards, I called Coach Hunt at Annapolis. I said, Coach, has anyone in Anne Arundel County has done a media day before? He said, no. I said, we will. So 2 years later, last year was that first media day. We had 15 out of 19 public and private schools present there. And it was just a good opportunity for the coaches and the players to get some love and to really public speaking, being able to speak in front of a camera, being able to talk to people they may not know, because a lot of those guys want to pursue their careers in athletics, but a lot of them will be going into the workforce. So good opportunity for them to, speak to strangers, but also talk about themselves, talk about their team, highlight some things that went well last year, some things they have to work on. So it's a really cool event to see student athletes and coaches come together before the season and highlight their programs. And we're proud and we're excited. Our goal is to get all 19 this year. And we want to, thank the Moose Lodge for partnering up with us to get this done. They saw it last year and they were very impressed with the turnout. And the players and the coaches that showed up, the coaches were very happy and very pleased. The kids seemed to enjoy it. Not many times where you can go, you get a picture, you have a microphone, you're being interviewed. Young men, young women, all different sorts of media outlets. You being able to talk to. So we're very proud, and that's something that is one of our biggest highlights as a program to really work with all of the schools in the county, and just not Annapolis High School.
So you know what? I think you try to shut me down is what you try to do, because I get ready to stir the pot. It sounded like, you rushed to contact Coach Hunt. Now, you bleed Panther. You bleed Panther now, so you do include the other schools in the county, right?
Of course, and a couple coaches coached at Annapolis High School, no longer there. There are other head coaches in the county. But I want our kids to win. I want everyone to win. I want Annapolis High School to go 14-0 every year to win a state championship. But I also want the success of the other young men in the county to be highlighted, and for them to be shown some love. And whatever we can do as a program, we're not Imagine Annapolis. We're imagining athletes. So we're going to dip into some other sports as well, and just not football.
I like that. That's good. That's good. Go ahead, Denise.
No, that's really good. I'm glad you just said that. You're talking about, you're not just focusing on programs, you're focusing on the young athletes. And I think that that's important, because too many times when you're at the high school level, the focus is on the program and not on the student athletes. So I love that part about you. I had two questions. One question I had was, you said you wanted to be global. And so I guess the question I have is, where is your next extension? Like, where's your next branch? Like, I know that you're incorporating all the county, but where is your next place?
Right. So this past weekend, we had a 7-on-7 tournament, high school passing tournament in Prince George's County. Mm-hmm. We had 6 teams: Fairmount Heights, Bladensburg, Largo, mm-hmm. Suitland, Parkdale, and Annapolis High School. From there, but prior to that, in May, the end of May, we have an event that's called a development clinic. So what it's basically doing is getting the teams in, and not just doing football, but doing some education. So we partnered with True Sports. They're based out of the Moose Lodge. They came down and they did some sports performance and recovery things with the student athletes. That very high pace, very engagement. And I had two motivational speakers. The first one, guy by the name of Lee Jr. I'm telling you, you guys need to really get him. You guys need to get him on here. He has a program called the University of Unstuck. Very high level motivational speaker. He was with us since 2019. As soon as we started, he was the first motivational speaker, and we have a very good relationship. He supports us, and we do our best to support him. And we had 2 guys come down, good friend of mine, former coach, and a co-worker, guy named Dion Bowen and Sam Brown. They do a lot of mental health, team building, confidence building in young men. We had those guys. McDonald's and Wawa sponsored the event with the food. McDonald's, they sponsored the food. Wawa provided the water for us. And then we went out and did a 7-on-7 tournament. But I say all that to say this. We were scheduled to have 8 teams, but we had 7. And here are the teams that we had. Anne Arundel County, we had 3 teams. We had Annapolis High School, Severn School, North County High School. In Prince George's County, we had Suitland. Montgomery County, we had Northwood High School. Howard County, we had Hammond High School. Baltimore County, we had Dundalk High School. And would have been, they had some transportation issues, Dunbar and Baltimore City. So my goal is to have these events in different counties. So the goal was to invite them to our event to see how an event is ran. And then we say, hey, would you like to be our host school and we can do this event at your school. And all of those schools said, yes, coach, we would love that. So that's the
Yes.
next step.
Like that. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're branching out into further into the state. That's great. The other question I had: Are you is Imagine a 501(c)(3)?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So are you providing grants or anything? I mean, how are these kids able to get? I know you talked about some other people sponsoring. How are these kids able to be a part of, what you're doing?
So we have grants, but we have a lot of supporters who like what we're doing. Word of mouth works very well for us, and we need all the love and support, donations. We are 501(c)(3). We have a lot of personal people who we know to say, "Hey, coach, I like what you're doing. Here you go."
Nice. So I mean, developing relationships, right?
Right.
So that's good. Yeah, that's really what I guess I did have one more question about. I have one more question about your background. I know. I just had to ask this question. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have 3 brothers. My oldest brother, he passed in a car accident in '99, Craig Downs. And then I have a brother that's 4 years older, Gregory Gulley. That's the one who.
Right. Yeah, you said that earlier, and the reason why I was asking that beyond your one brother was because I know that your parents passed away when you were younger, right?
Right.
And so you talked about how important football was to for your emotional and mental being. So I just wanted you to just kind of give us a little bit about how important football was to help you get past some of the things that happened in the past.
Football saved my life. My teammates, they are an extended family. I can say that. A lot of my teammates, we talk weekly till this day. And we've been friends since elementary school, middle school. Those guys are considered brothers. I'm the godfather of some of those guys' children, and they were there for me as well as their parents. When I say the community of Annapolis really wrapped their arms around me and took care of me, whether they knew it or not, rides home from practice, meals, inviting me over on holidays, making sure, hey, we're cooking, come over and get a plate, or come over and watch the game with us. Those people, we're still friends till this day. The parents of those friends still reach out to me via Facebook, or I'll hang out, go over with their children when they come in town. And it's really awesome to know that a sport like this will bring lifelong friends and people you can consider family.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, athletics is so much more than just sports. So yeah, thank you for that. Go ahead, Roger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a caveat on the mental stability. So with your experience of losing your parents so young and then playing football, what programs have you initiated when you come in contact with a young man who had the same situation you had?
That's good. That's good.
So my brother had me go to his middle school. He works at Old Mill South, and one of the questions that one of the kids asked me, and I was so shocked that someone so young would ask this question. They asked me, "Who did you turn to when you were lonely?" And I thought that was a profound question, and I couldn't answer. I said, well, I played sports. I could not answer that question clearly. So the one thing we do is we hey, here's my Instagram. Follow me. Shoot me a message. Here's my phone number if you need to talk to somebody. One of the things that we do currently for the past 3 years, every Wednesday, we're working with Annapolis High School. I have a nutritionist coach, and wellness, health and wellness, Ashley Makel, and I have a literacy coach, Pam Siegel. They do a great job. So the goal is with Pam, with the literacy, is to whatever you're doing in the classroom is the same thing you're doing on the practice field. It's no reason why you should be failing any class. Let's
Right.
figure out some terms. Let's figure out some ways to help you, when you're in class to think about like, okay, I can do this, and show example of plays and bringing the classroom to the field. And Coach Ashley, teaching them what to eat, uh, giving them suggestions how to make your own homemade Gatorade, what breathing techniques you could use, what type of foods to stay away from, what type of food you should use. And they do a good job with, also we provide snacks for those athletes as well. And she's teaching them how to read the label. So when you are grocery shopping, you know what to look for. So we really wrap our arms and provide a year-long mentorship for those athletes who want it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. One of my certifications is in nutrition, but and that could be a real big deal. I've taken the time to teach my knucklehead grandson to read those labels and understand what it means. That what you can do. What people do, they look at the carbs, but don't look at the sugar. See, and you also got to look at, like, if you get a potato chip and it say this amount of sugar, it's not talking about the whole bag. It's talking about one chip. And so that's the part that a lot of people didn't understand. And you need to pay attention to the carb to sugar ratio.
Yeah.
And that's enough free classes for tonight. But but it sounds like you got a really great program. Now I'm gonna jump the skid a little bit here. I'm gonna jump the fence. And are all those programs designed explicitly for males? Because I noticed you coach females as well. What programs do we have for the female athletes?
So we had the same program for females as well. 2 seasons ago, we did a few sessions with Coach Aubrey Butler and the Annapolis High School girls basketball team, and I've been in contact this spring with one of the volleyball coaches at Annapolis High School. But this program that we have, it's for athletes, not just for males. And I think the cool thing, because I do have 2 women teaching these young men, I think they can do a lot more for young women because they are women.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a whole lot better when you see somebody else like you.
And to me, representation is important. So if we are working with young women, I want to have women working with those young women.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And the men need to, see and hear from young women as well. I mean, from those women as well. But definitely, I'm very blessed to be able to work with those 2 individuals, because they do a lot of the educating for our young men and young women, and they're awesome. Our doors are open. If you ever want to come to a session, the doors are open. You guys are able to come down and check us out.
Okay, that's awesome. I appreciate it. We're gonna have to go down there. We make Almond drive. We ride with him.
Exactly.
But do you have any of, like, Almond and I, we're in the military, and I know Almond experienced this as well. Well, I'm gonna put it out. The best supervisor, I know some people gonna get pissed off. I'm gonna get some phone calls after this. I ever had was a female, Sergeant First Class Singleton. She the reason why there was a command Sergeant Major Parker. Now I know my squad leader, Black Shed, he gonna call me after this. I know he is. But do you ever have that? I can't learn from her because she a female. Is any of that? Because I saw that a lot in the military. Do you have any of that with your children, your kids?
No. I think because it's in an educational setting, 97, 96% of educators are women, and they're used to hearing a woman's voice, but it's not in the classroom tone. When we work with them in the cafeteria. So I don't think they look as if, well, this woman is talking about this topic, I can't learn.
Right.
And us being present, like we go to the game, so it's not that just see us once a week. They see us fairly often, and when we have these events, and we get up there and explain what we're doing and who we are, and just being present, and not just being the people who show up once a week and say, hey, we're gonna talk to you about these things, and then that's it.
That's awesome, because it was smart to pick a neutral area, the cafeteria. Armin?
I gotta give it to you, Brandon. You're very impressive tonight. Our health and fitness guru, Melissa Nana Pryor, said you are powerful, bro. Powerful.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Now, tell me, when you did coach, what type of coach did you consider yourself to be? Were you intense, like a Vess Parker? Were you passive, like a Brian Brown? What he gonna get me for saying that? So what type of coach?
I'm talking about my family, man.
I think I was a player's coach.
Players coach. Okay.
I was the coach where if you did get yelled at by someone like a Vess Parker, I could pull you to the side and have a conversation with you and make sure that, like, hey, we're talking about you as a football player, not as a person. Your football sucks right now. You don't suck as a person. You missed a tackle because you need to do X, Y, and Z. But I think I've always been a relationship person. And I think it's because, when you lose your parents, you always looking for people or a group of people to attach yourself to.
Yeah.
But I think, because I've always been the coach that I wanted. That's the coach that I think I was. The coach that I wanted, the one to support me, love me, and push me. That's the coach that I think I was to my players.
Nice.
So, okay, you're on the sideline coaching, you're a head coach, and a college coach that's recruiting one of your players, let's say your linebacker's a stud, another Vess Parker, right?
Right.
And he asks you a character question. Would you allow him to babysit your children? How would you respond to something like that?
Well, hopefully I can answer that truthfully and say, hey, this is the leader of my defense. And if someone's the leader of your defense, they're responsible for everybody in your defense. And if someone's responsible here, they should be responsible elsewhere. Yeah. And being able to get everyone back together. If a long play happens, he got to be able to say, hey, we got to lock in and stop him for the next three downs. So being transparent with coaches and also with players too. I think one thing that Coach Hunt does is really stress the character piece of being a student athlete. Like, it is great that you can play football, but you have to be a good person too. And being a good person, you don't have to be the loudest, you don't have to be the biggest, you don't have to be the strongest, but you have to consistently show the discipline, being a reflection of your coaches, a reflection of your parents, a reflection of your community. And I think over the past years, we have seen student athletes go where they want to go because they were leaders.
Awesome. Awesome. My last question before I give it to Adenine. Help me understand, man. We all play the game. What benefit is 7-on-7?
Well, for me, I think it's a good way for players to learn spacing on the football field. As far as offense, it teaches you where to line up your splits. It teaches the defensive coverages, being able to communicate without the pad, being able just to hear the call from the coach, being able to echo the call. It has turned into, now it's not real football because we know it's a different ball game when the pads come on. But I think it's a really good opportunity to bond. I think it's really catered to the quarterbacks and the wide receivers. To me, defensive back, that's the cornerback. To me, is the hardest position to play in football on the defensive side of the ball. But I think it gives you those reps. When I was in school, we didn't do 7-on-7. I didn't know 7-on-7 was until I went to college. And I was like, oh, we don't have anybody blocking us. We can just drop in the zone and pick a interception off. Oh, this is great. This is what it's like. So I think the benefit is repetition, allowing the quarterbacks to go through their reads, allowing them to, to throw. A lot of offenses are not geared to, throwing the ball if you run like a wing tee or something like that. So, like, hey, if we do have to throw the ball, let's get this repetition in now, starting early, and the evolution of football as well. It's a passing game, so I
Yeah,
think that plays a major part into it as well.
that's good. That's good. That's good. I like that. Okay, go ahead, Denise.
So in most of your answers and your in talking about relationships and everything, I can see your sociology degree at work. I really can, because you seem like you understand, people. But my question is, what was the moment that led you to decide that you wanted to serve youth?
I want to say when I graduated, or when I was about to graduate high school and I was going to looking for a college, my teammate Nick Goodmalloy, Dr. Jane Good, she was a professor at the Naval Academy. Like I said, I was academically immature, so I had to find a junior college to go to. And there were only maybe 3 or 4 junior colleges on the East Coast. It was Dean Junior College in Franklin, Massachusetts. That's where I went. I think it was a military school in Georgia. It was Lackawanna, and maybe another school in Hudson Valley, some schools in New York. But Dean Junior College was the only one with the dorm, and that's where my dad wanted me to go because they had dorms. But if it was not for Dr. Good, her sister was a professor at Brown University. She flew me and 4 of my teammates up to Providence, took us on a tour of Brown University, and then took us to Dean Junior College. If it was not for her, I would not have been in the position that I am now. And I always said, how would my life have been if I had someone who looked like me? Because reputation is important. So how my life would have been if someone looked like me and actually cared and took those extra steps to invest, not money, but invest in my future as a person.
Nice.
So Dr. Good was someone, along with Shirley Womack. Me and her son Mike, teammates, graduated together. But her and Stan allowed me to stay over their house, taking me to church. But people like that who go above and beyond the call of duty to really care about you. Those people, those are some of the things that I really needed at the time. And as a coach, I saw some of those players needed it as well. And I'm not someone who will just sit back and allow people to talk about, well, they should be doing this, they should be doing that. What can I do?
Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's what most of us have done in the future, is trying to solve the problems that we had to deal with for other people. So thank you for that. There you go, Roger.
Yeah, Brandon, I really don't have too much. We covered everything. I just want to say I'm really proud of what you're doing and the motivation. And even through your trials and tribulations, you never stop pushing forward. And that's important. And that's what these young kids see in you, and the fact that you have the ability to put that on them, to share your persona, your goals, your dreams, what you did to get to where you are. And just like you said before, it's really important when I see somebody that look like me doing it. And then the second thing I want to thank you for, because me and Arm have been friends since the 3rd grade, for letting them down so easy about that. Y'all beating this team. I appreciate you.
We know. We understand.
Yeah,
we know,
we
Brandon.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Hey, don't you laugh at that, Brandon. That's not funny. Hey, but you can't beat stats, man. Those stats, boy, I tell you that was amazing. Really, I was amazed.
We had a very good team. Me and my friends, we argue. We all say we're a top 5 team in Annapolis High School history. And when I throw out that stat, now I should look up how many points we gave up. I know it wasn't 6 points a game. I can tell you that. It was definitely more than that. But when you can say that and win 9 games in the county, that was really very impressive for my 4 years in Annapolis High School.
It was. And I'm gonna go on record and fix that, man. I lied. We gave up more than 6 points.
I love the fact that I was about to say, you know what? I was about to say, because, I played basketball at Annapolis High, and I was like, how did they remember all these stats? Because I vaguely remember in my senior year that the girls, the Running Panther girls, averaged about 80 points a game better, in for the season. 80 points a game. We was beating boys.
Wow.
That's the only thing I can remember. We did, and we also lost in the state championship.
So Brandon, we're gonna go around the horn. We're gonna give you a chance to leave something encouraging to who's watching out there. I'm gonna let Deneen say her last words to you. Roger, his last words to you, and then I'll whatever. But I got you. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Denise.
I think the last thing I would like to ask for you to do is to just remind us about the Imagine an Athlete mission.
Our goal is to cultivate student athletes on and off the field. We want you to be the best on the field, but we want you to win off the field as well. Use the game for what you can, but also be prepared to use those same skill set that you were successful on the field, translate that to life, and know that you are more than a student athlete and you can do anything you want. But the same hard work and determination that you have on that gridiron or the court or the field, the track, the baseball diamond, ice hockey rink, swimming pool, continue to have that in your everyday life.
Amen. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great word. Okay, Roger.
Okay. Well, Brandon, thanks for coming on the show, man. It was an honor to have you here. And also, I would like, do you have a website for the programs that you were talking about? Could you put that out?
Yes. Yes. ImagineAthlete.org. Imagine Athlete, all one word, .org. We're also on Instagram and Facebook as well. One word, Imagine an Athlete. We can be found there.
That's awesome. Thanks again for coming on the show, man. We super proud of you.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully, you guys will have me on soon. As we grow as a program and events happen, I would love to come on and share, the results of those things.
Nice.
I don't know, you don't piss on and off now, but he know
y'all trying to smooth it out.
He know y'all could whip them. Yeah, he a little bit upset.
He might have to put you on restrictions for a time.
Yeah, he's trying to smooth it out.
Man, you can come back. You can come back anytime you
want to.
Armin, hold on. I wanted to say one more thing. We need to make sure that he is definitely going to be at our next event in March next year.
That's right. I've been trying to get Brandon the last 2 years, man. He's been turning us down. So, I don't know if I want to ask him.
So I'll say this. I'm a dance dad. And that's competition season. So, in March, April, May, I'm on the road out of town at these dances with my baby.
Okay, I hear you. We hear you. That's right. Take care of the kids.
Can't compete against that. That's right, yes. Man. Brandon, I'm proud of you, man. I'm glad you accepted to come back on, and I'm really, all that you do for the community. It speaks volumes, man. It really does. Coaches within the county, you're not biased to one coach. A little suspect, but we all got it. You know that. But
right.
Hey, before I allow you to give words of encouragement to people out there, just let everyone know when Brandon says what he says, we're done. But next week, one thing about this show, we try to honor everyone who really has an impact on community. So next week, Troy X. Stansbury, who created Annapolis Day, which is coming up this month, will be our guest on the show Wednesday. And that Saturday will be Annapolis Day. We had a guest on the show a couple weeks ago, Big Tony Fisher, Trouble Funk. They'll be performing at Annapolis Day that day.
Wesley Bean.
Wesley Bean, the Clones of Funk. Brandon, are you still there?
Yeah, I think he is. He looks like he's still there. But
Yeah.
No, I don't see him. He dark.
Maybe he had to go away for a minute.
Yeah. But if he comes back, Brandon come back, we're gonna allow him to close us out. Again, we want to thank everyone who supports this show. You know, the legends are really going to a different plateau. You know, everything is coming together for us. You know, we are growing constantly. We're growing in numbers, shows, board. You know, we are definitely making a difference in the city of Annapolis, and not just Annapolis. We are pretty much worldwide. You know, I'm happy and proud of all that we've done and lives that we touch. I don't know if Brandon's going to come back, but we're gonna wait for you guys. We're gonna wait for you guys to come back for next week, and don't forget the Legends Cruise. What's the Legends Cruise about again, Denise?
It's a birthday cruise. Birthday is celebrating. Okay, so Armand and Andrea are celebrating their birthday, but they're also celebrating the Legends. So everybody that's associated with the Legends, bring a friend. It's August. He told me again. I keep forgetting. August the 8th to the 17th?
15th.
I don't know. I keep forgetting. It's a little long, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be. I mean, you don't want to miss it. You really don't. There's gonna be a lot of things happening there. So come out and join us. And
we're gonna be cruising from where, Denise?
Cruising from Baltimore to Bermuda.
Yes. Well, he's back, and we're gonna allow him to close us out. Brandon, what kind of encouraging words do you have for the people?
I would say, be the change that you want to see. Be the change you want to see. If there's a problem or issue that you see and you feel passionate about, surround yourself with those individuals who feel the same as you, and continue to fight the good fight. It's a lot of people who you have no idea who feel the same as you, and don't be afraid to be a trendsetter. And it may feel lonely, and sometimes it is lonely, but when you're doing it for the right reasons, that's where the reward comes in.
Yes, there you have it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, you're such a shining star.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
See you next week. Please love everybody. Don Cornelius.